If you are one of those who understand when listening, but can't speak or get stuck sometimes, congrats. Because you've achieved the hardest skill in English, which is listening. And what's left is nothing but the last touch. And here is why listening is the hardest skill. If you don't understand when you listen, you will avoid speaking in order not to get others to talk to you. But that's not the case if your listening skill is good. In this video, I'm gonna tell you what the last touch you still need to speak is. Keep watching. Hi, if you are new here, I'm Yusuf. Glad to have you here. Down there's a red button. Make sure you click on it if you haven't yet. You understand when somebody speaks, not only through speech, but also through his body language, context, your previous knowledge thereof. And to make that clear, here is an example. I taught my students in present simple tense, and to make sure they understood, I asked them to write examples. They did a great job. I took one of the examples and wrote it on the board. Then I asked them to explain this example. They explained like,
He studies. D change IE S English object.
So it's obvious they didn't understand through speech, otherwise they would have been able to explain. I asked them again to explain the example, but now with rules. The rules are, don't look at the board, don't use your body language. Anytime you can't put your thoughts into speech, write them down in Arabic. They gotta stop. Used strange grammar. Paused, thinking of how to say things correctly. Got confused, and so on. But they have the expressions that they wanted to say in their notebooks. I took all those expressions and told them how to say them in English. And I told them tomorrow you have to explain an example, bearing in mind the 3 rules. And I gave them a very important note to bear in mind. The note is, you have to know how the ideas are said, so when you need to say them, you know how. The next day, they really amazed me. They explained their examples smoothly, except for some tiny mistakes, and they felt good about themselves. That appeared in their facial expressions. And not just that, they were able to speak about other tenses. And to make sure they got what I'm after, I asked them this question. Why you've done well today but didn't yesterday? The answer was, we've been told how to put our understanding into words. And all we needed just to memorize. Let's put ourselves in a real situation. Suppose you saw your teacher somewhere and you felt too shy to go and to speak to him. You felt shy either for psychological cause that's related to your upbringing, or you're not sure whether he will understand you, because you're not sure of how to put what you want to say in full expressions. For grammatical reason, wrong pronunciation, you need time to think before you speak. You don't know some words, but if you know what you wanted to say as ready expressions, and you can say them immediately with correct pronunciation, you will have no problem speaking. So don't let this situation go. Know what you should have known to speak. Memorize that by heart. So when facing this situation or similar once again, you will be able to speak without any problems. And you will be able to use what you've known in some situations, in similar and different situations. And you will get rid of the need for grammar, which makes you afraid and shy to speak. But if you chose to avoid speaking and not to do a thing, you will never be able to speak.